Your life is hard. There's so much stress and pressure on your plate, and the thoughts of judgment and criticism are so overwhelmingly loud. But you have spent enough time believing that there's something wrong with you. And so today, I want to help you learn to love yourself just a little bit more. You found your way here to Waking Up with Ryan. I'm so glad that you pushed play. This is the place you and I come to wake up together. So let's take a deep breath and begin. Good morning, my love. The more you fight your ego, the stronger you make it. I remember years ago hearing someone ask Eckhart Tolle, the great, beautiful, awakened spiritual teacher. He asked him, "Can I love my ego?" as a way to kind of heal it. And Eckhart Tolle said something that actually surprised me. He said, "No, you cannot love your ego because you can only love what is real, and the ego isn't real. So therefore, you cannot love your ego." Now, I totally get what Eckhart meant. And in the ultimate truth of things, sure, he's correct. But at the same time, I think his answer, which again is coming from his absolute awakeness, his answer can feel a little far from where the majority of people are in their journey. And therefore, I find his answer to be beautiful, but maybe not the most helpful. Because even though in truth, the ego, which is this imagined sense of self, this belief that you are this small separate person, separate from life itself, right? The ego, which then creates this experience of duality, you over here and everything else out there, separation, which is the source of all of our fear and anxiety and lack of spirituality and connection. Yes, so that's the ego. And yes, ultimately, in truth, the ego isn't real. That is true. What Eckhart Tolle is saying, that is ultimately true, that the ego is an imagination. It's not real. However, for you and I living in this world, until we reach awakening, the ego is very real in our experience. So I'm going to say that again. Even though the ultimate truth is that the ego isn't real, the ego is very real in our experience. It has impact. It dictates a lot. It's constantly talking to us. And until we awaken from its grasp, it seems very real. And so, in my experience, we want to treat it as such, because it would be very easy to hear this statement, the ego isn't real, fear isn't real, right? You hear that all the time, fear isn't real. And then you hear people follow that with, fear isn't real, and therefore I just don't feel fear. The ego isn't real, and therefore it's not something I pay attention to. That very quickly becomes spiritual avoidance. It becomes toxic positivity. It becomes this kind of really unattractive form of spirituality where people don't want to deal with the realities of being human and only want to deal in the, infinite expanse grace of divinity. And you've met these people, and no shade, no shame. It's just they typically can't hold down a relationship. They don't have the ability to actually live. Because there's always a reaching for everything other than fear, other than ego. When in reality, in this experience, the ego is. And so, if somebody was to ask me the question, can I love my ego? I would say yes. I would say yes because I want you to actually embrace the ego, and that's what love is. Love is the space inside of which all things get to exist. Love is not agreeing with the ego, But love is accepting that the ego is a part of our experience. The imagination that you are this body is a part of your experience. And so love brings it closer, lets it be here. That's what loving your ego is. It's letting it be a part of your experience. The thing is that when you resist the ego, you actually give it its power. Just like in the same way, when you resist fear, you give it power. When you resist sadness, it becomes depression. When you resist the discomfort, it has way more power over you. And what you resist persists. But when you embrace it, when you see it, then you're able to see. It's like you pull back this veil and you're able to see it for what it is. You're able to see the ego. You're able to notice its thoughts. You're able to notice the way it's trying to work and influence your life. You can see it. And the seeing of it, the embracing of it, dare I say the loving of it, the letting it be here, is what takes its power away from it. Because when you embrace it, you're not at the threat of it. You don't see it as something threatening. And when you embrace it, you're doing so from a sense of safety and remembering who you truly are. Who you truly are has no reason to avoid the ego, because who you truly are knows who you truly are. Who you truly are knows in the ultimate truth the ego can do and say whatever it wants to do and say. It can believe whatever it wants to do and say. But ultimate truth is ultimate truth, and it's right here. Not threatened, not touched. A Course in Miracles says the entire text, which is like 700 pages, can be summed up in a few sentences. It says, what is real cannot be threatened. What is unreal does not exist. Herein lies the peace of God. What is real cannot be threatened. The ultimate reality of who you are can't be threatened. Only the ego, only the belief that you are this body, it can be threatened. It then says, what is unreal doesn't even exist. Figment of our imagination. Understanding this, herein lies the peace of God, the peace of love, the wisdom of love. The truth of who you really are is the knowing that who you truly are cannot be threatened. And so therefore it doesn't have a problem with the ego egoing. It doesn't have a problem with the world worlding. It sees it all as experience to be witnessed. So we go into a short practice. Let's close our eyes for a moment. And if you can, find a comfortable seat. Take another deep breath in as you allow the inhale to expand you and allowing the exhale to surrender you into the depths of what's here. Simple. Only the mind believes that it takes work to become present. When in reality, presence is always right here. It's not something that we have to create. Rather, it's something right here. And all we do is drop right into it. As you sit in this space, surrendering into meeting what is here always, what is here infinitely. Recognizing that this space has no boundaries, no walls. This infinite awareness doesn't have a wall to the right or the left or above you or below you. It moves eternally. And this is you. Let's take a breath. Let it go. This eternal space is you, and this eternal space is love. And within this eternal space, all things get to exist, including your mind that imagines you to be something separate. It includes the vision you have of what you think you are, and allows that you to simply be imagined by you. As we drop into this space, aware of the body, aware of the beliefs, aware of the personality, but that who you truly are is the awareness. Let's take a breath. And let it go. Dropping even more into awareness, who you truly are. As we take one more deep breath in to close. And exhale as you open your eyes. So can you love your ego? Yeah, because who you truly are has no problem with who you think you are. Loving you from right here. Hi. I hope you're feeling even just a little bit more prepared to take on the day. But before you go, I'd love to hear from you. And you can send me a voice note by going to my website, wakingupwithryan.com. Scroll down to the section that says, Send Ryan a voice note. Tap the button to leave me a voice message with a question you have, maybe a relationship challenge you're having, or a spiritual hang-up, some kind of an emotional struggle. Any topic that you'd love for me to address on the podcast, I want to hear from you. Loving you from here.